Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 16 of Forging Fandom. A bit of a smaller crew tonight, but we're joined by guest No Green Rocks. I met him in Vegas at the Vegas meetup last April. It's a great time, man. I'm happy to have you on. What have you been up to?
Happy to be here, man. After Vegas was a hell of a time. I was able to do a meetup video, which is on the Legion of Memers channel, which I loved making. I got a lot of footage of everybody. Even got some behind the scenes footage of Friday Night Tights. So shout out to the FNT crew. It was nice hanging out with y'all. And yeah, I've just been busy trying to figure out what I am doing because I put a lot of work into the Legion Memers channel, and now I'm putting some work into my own personal channel. So that's it's a journey.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, getting to meet everyone like in this fair. And it's such a nice fair. Most people, not everyone obviously, but most people are generally, pretty nice, grounded people. Which, we can't say for a lot of the people creating our current day media. Today, a pretty big show, for Amazon at least. The Boys season 4 released. And so what do you think in preparation for a big show like this? What do you think would be a positive thing for the showrunners to say? Do you think they'd want to come out and say, hey, thanks to everyone who's stuck with us for 3 seasons and is enjoying the show. We like the support. We're happy and excited for you guys to keep watching, and we're excited for you to see season 4. Or do you think they might come out and say something like, especially during an election, the Boys was always about Trumpism. As the showrunners grows his darkly comedic satire to franchise and spoofs a certain trial and presidential election in the new season, he says he's fine losing viewers who just figured out his social agenda, go watch something else. What do you think about that, No Green Rocks, as promotion for your upcoming show?
I mean, in all honesty, he needs to shut the hell up. I think most Hollywood actors, when it comes to their shows, they should let the show be and not make it one way or the other, political or not. They could make the character all about Trumpism, but as long as they don't overtly say it, it's not going to turn too many people off, and it won't make headlines. See, that's the issue with a lot of comedy that people are trying to do nowadays. It's so focused on the political, and it's going to die out in 4 years or 8 years or however many years. The thing about shows is the rewatchability, right? I want to go back and be able to watch something over and over again. You have movies like Blazing Saddles. How many times have you seen that movie? I've probably seen it a
Oh,
hundred times. I don't
so
know
many
about
fuck.
you.
Where the white women at?
Exactly.
Oh boy.
See, so they had politics in there, but it was more political satire and not leaning one way or the other. And that's the problem with today is that everybody's trying to virtue signal so they get a certain type of group. Now, I do remember Eric Kripke saying he wanted to make the boys indefinitely. And then all of a sudden now it's like, nope, it's ending after season 5. So I think they
Yeah,
might have
that was
taken
kind
a
of
hit.
strange to see. I mean, I'm happy they're ending it sooner than later. I feel like it has lots of potential to drag on and become less and less interesting. But I thought like heard something about them going for like 6, 7 seasons. Uh, but now they're cutting it off.
I mean, are you a fan of Supernatural?
I have not seen it though. I mean, I've heard good things about it, mixed things. Didn't it go on for like 13 or 14 seasons or something?
It went on for far too long, and that was the
Yeah.
issue with the show. A lot of people, uh, King probably knows, were big fans of Supernatural for many, many years, and then slowly started to fade off because they were running out of
Yeah.
story or was getting lazy. So I think people need to
Everybody,
remember: don't wear out your welcome.
yeah. Everybody knows like some of the best TV shows are like 5 to 6 seasons anyway. Seven if you're like, like if you got like one more good arc inside you, but usually 5 to 6 is like the book. So like them leaving on season 5, it's not a big deal to me. As far as them saying the Trump stuff or whatever, I mean, you didn't have to be like a rocket scientist to figure out who they were talking about, bro. Like, to be honest
And
with
I
you,
don't
like I'm kind of
understand
glad
that.
that he actually came out and said it and everything. It's like, At this
I
point,
don't get the mindset.
like
Like, he specifically says, "I'm fine with losing viewers. Go watch something else." And it's like, that's half your
that's
audience. Like,
you know
it's
what? That's fine. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Who gives a shit?
but it
Because most
shouldn't be
people
fine
are
though,
gonna
right?
yo
Like,
yo. Most
it should be
people
for
are gonna
everyone,
yo
right?
yo ho ho. Hold on. Most people are gonna yo ho pirate the shit anyway. So like so if they still want to watch, they're not gonna pay him or anything like that. You can get a hold
YouTube,
of
that is
media.
clearly
And
a
second of
joke.
all,
Yeah, Chris is
second
talking
of
about
all,
Minecraft.
like, don't mean to take it to a political type of thing, but you know what? This is just going to help Trump's numbers go up even more. So, like, you know what? It doesn't even. I really don't care
But
because
I
that's the
you
thing,
know
think
like,
what?
people are
when I say
sick of
half the
it.
audience, it is half the audience because it's like the world's pretty split right now. Maybe even more so Republican than Democrat. But it's kind of it is we can vaguely say something like 50-50 to be broad, right? And you're telling half of the people this show isn't for you. And I don't think that's fine. I don't think that's something that we should have. It's like, oh, well, if you voted for Trump, then you shouldn't watch this show. I mean, there should be shows
No,
for
no, no,
everyone
no,
to
no,
watch.
no. See, there's a old school saying: you never go to a place where you're not welcomed and everything. So
Right,
if
right.
you're of the old school mentality like I am, I don't know how old you are. No green rocks or
Old
whatever.
enough.
But like your mom, like if you were invited to the party, you don't beg to stay at the party. You go create your own and everything. So like that's what I'm just saying. Is like
It just sucks though, because it
cares,
would
like
be cool to
like
have like I mean, there's a lot of good ideas and good, things. There are lots of aspects about The Voice I really like, and it's just unfortunate that those can't be, more of the focus rather than what we get,
like
which is unfortunate.
to me, I'm gonna still watch it because like I'm just one of them guys. I want to see the story at the end. So
Mhm.
like
Well,
you know
are
what?
you
Eh,
a fan of the books?
I haven't watched. I'm strictly TV show, but like my friends that read the comic books tell me like the watch the TV show or whatever. Like the comic books ain't really that good or whatever. Like lore
I
wise or
uh
whatever.
I actually have them on audiobook and I enjoy it quite a bit.
Oh,
The show,
wow! That's
yeah,
that sounds fantastic. Oh, is it like full cast or
yeah, full cast, full. So it's almost like an old radio drama, but the production quality is different voice actors, different sound effects, music. It's like it really uh digs you in there. It's called the company's called Graphic Audio. If you guys want to check it out, it's one of my favorite companies when it comes to audiobooks. But it's a great book. The show is pretty different from it, but you know I I think the fact that they're pushing the politics in it is a massive issue, and it's gonna turn off a lot of people, but people by now have watched season 1, 2, 3, and 4. So,
Yeah,
like King here, they're gonna be like, "You know what? I don't like what he said, but I'll watch it because I wanna see how the story ends." But they won't go back and watch it. A lot of these shows
yeah,
come back for rewatchability, and that's what makes the show great. Like, for example, you have
yeah.
Firefly, right? That was released not
You
in
mean Outlaw
order.
Star? I'm playing.
You, you know, people will go back and watch a show if it's good, and it'll become a cult classic
Yeah,
and become even more loved. I don't think with what they're doing, it's going to be that way, which is a little sad because the actors, the special effects artists, a lot of people worked very hard on it, and for
yeah.
somebody to come out and, say this kind of stuff, it kind of devalues the work that they have.
It
So I do
devalues the
feel pretty
product.
bad for them. Exactly. They put a lot of energy into it,
Yeah,
and just like any art, like, you want it to last forever. You don't want it to last for now.
and
yeah.
it's so
That's how
unfortunate
I
because like,
felt about
again,
like
I
Smallville.
I
Yeah,
love Smallville.
I really enjoyed The Boys season 1, and I thought season 2 was a bit of a step
Mhm.
down. It was still good. Again, lots of good elements I liked, but season 3, there were a lot of more things that just jumped out to me. It was just this doesn't make sense. The storytelling quality went down. There are more and more gender-driven elements, and I watched episode 1 of season 4, and I've watched like most of episode 2. I've almost finished episode 2. But the wokeism agenda is dialed up to 11. Like, okay, so this isn't really spoilers. Frenchie's fully gay now. So if you thought Frenchie and Kimiko had some nice chemistry throughout the first 3 seasons and it was building up to something, no. Episode 1, episode 2, he's just sleeping with this dude who's a new character introduced, and they're just doing whatever they do that's gay every single night, which is, I guess, made a joke out of because they keep waking up together and they go to the bathroom and do stuff in the bathroom, and it's like Frenchie and Kimiko, they had this nice chemistry, characters, they're building up to something, right? I thought they were gonna be, together, even just have more of this, maybe even not even romantic relationship, right? But no, Frenchie's just gay now.
I don't particularly have a problem with him being gay. I have a problem with them forcing it, right? You have characters,
Yeah,
like a lot of us know, Doctor Who, Captain Jack, right? He
yeah,
was, I don't know, like bisexual, alien sexual, whatever. But people still loved the character because it was part of who he was. There was no forcing it on anybody. But with Frenchie, with what they've done over the past couple seasons, they've created that relationship between Frenchie and the Asian woman. I forgot her name,
Kamiko.
Kamiko, and
Kimiko.
they built that relationship up, and to throw it away just for that
Yeah,
is disrespectful to the fans, but also disrespectful to the character. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, they're trying to force an agenda, and how
yeah.
long can people keep their eyes on that? People are going to be like, okay, episode one, I want to watch. Episode two, okay, I'll watch that because I
At
watched
this
episode
point,
one, and it'll start declining, and people will just stop giving a fuck.
It's just so random too, because
at
this
this
dude has
point,
not been in the first 3 seasons. He's just this random new dude introduced for Frenchie to bone every 5 seconds. Go ahead, Chris.
at this point, like nothing doesn't surprise me anymore. Like to be honest with you, I think in season one they kind of hinted that Frenchie was bisexual, but everybody knows that bisexual means gay anyway. So like is what it is. Um, so far what I'm watching, like I think it's pretty okay or whatever. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Is and like I said, like people that are saying that the boys is too political. Well, it's a political show. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I can't
I
get.
mean,
It's like you saying
it
like
is, but there's you can push the politics without having it be distasteful.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think that's
I
the
got
issue
you.
for a lot of people. I
It's
don't
sort of
think
like
it's
how like
politics.
people say it's it's like I was saying like with the how when it comes to like I don't know like House of Cards like I be laughing at people when they say like oh House of Cards is uberly political. I mean it's fucking House of
Yeah, that's
Cards like
part of
it's a fucking
it's part of the
political
story, bro.
yeah.
And
So
I
that's
mean,
what
you can
I'm just
obviously
saying
that's
like this
obviously
is
been an element of The Boys, but you can do that. Like, I like fantasy politics, right? You don't have to keep equating it to modern politics again and again, and they just double down on
yeah.
that with the whole like Starlighters versus Homelanders, and it's so dumb, and it's not even like well done at all. It's obvious who the show thinks is good and who the show thinks is bad, and like the part of a good story, right? Is it's up to the reader or the interpreter, the watcher, to decide what they think
Yeah.
instead of having the show push again and again and again so blatantly. It's like they think we're idiots and we can't decide anything for ourselves.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that Homelander was gonna be the villain in the beginning, within
Ah,
the
yeah.
first
The
season.
funny
Like,
thing though, season 4 thus far, he's easily been the least bad person. The type of things that some other so-called good characters have done that the show obviously thinks they're good for doing is kind of bizarre. And I'll do a review, like a spoiler review, probably tomorrow for it. It's strange. I might give some spoilers at the end of the stream too. But hey, Dylan, chat guys, I would love to know anyone in chat. There's 7 of you out there. Are you watching The Boys season 4? Do you have any interest in it? Because like I said, I had mixed feelings going into season 4, because seasons 1 through 3 have been kind of a mixed bag. But episode 1, like straight off the bat, the writing has gone straight down. Not much stuff makes sense. Like so Kamiko, right, has superpowers. And there's this scene like in the beginning where there are these two like security dudes, without spoiling anything, like on her side. And there's this soup, and the soup is about to attack the dude, and it's so slow because the soup is slowly like transforming into a thing to attack them. And Kamiko's just standing there, and instead of moving between the normal humans and the soup, she just watches as it attacks them. Then after it kills the 2 innocent CIA guys, then she goes to attack the thing.
Hold on, hold on. She kills 2 innocent CIA guys?
No, so right, there's this soup, right? This like superhero girl,
But you
and
said they were
she
CIA, correct?
yes, and she kills the CIA, and Kamiko
Okay,
just
I don't
watches.
have any problems with that because there was no such thing as an innocent CIA guy.
But the thing is, like, these 2 guys are portrayed as being good, right? They're going in, they're on our side, they're gonna do their objective, and Kamiko's there with them, and she just watches as this thing slowly transforms as its tentacles come out, then slowly kills the 2 guys, then Kamiko steps in and attacks after the den. It's like, "What are you doing?" You
Well,
know? And the
to be
next oh,
fair,
go ahead.
it's like that's the first time that she'll ever have to fight a kid, and that could throw off anybody. So
I don't know if I wouldn't, sacrifice 2
I
lives
mean,
for it, 'cause, like, I'm
I got it real quick. It's like when something catches you off guard, like you never have to fight a soup kid before. If it's like a grown adult, then maybe your point would make a little bit sense. But to me, it was a kid or whatever. Like hey, like this motherfucker just like has like these little freaking ill things destroying your neck or whatever. I mean, you don't expect like
you
like little
could
kid
you
soups to
could
like just pop up on you.
You could take one scene like that and be like, "Okay, it's just one scene," but, like, it's then the very next scene, we've got Huey is in this dark room, and he's, like, talking through comps, and he's like, "Oh, I wish I could see what I'm doing." And then Starlight is standing right next to him, and she turns her powers on, and he's like, "Oh, were you just do" it's some quirky thing like, "Oh, were you just doing that to show off or actually help?" But it's like he's been standing there long enough, not being able to see, to then talk through comms and say he can't see what he's doing. And Starlight's just been standing there apparently doing shit all to help when she has her Starlight powers. It's
Listen,
just like,
I have a big problem with Starlight, and
for
it's
face
only
doing
gotten
this,
worse. It's only gotten worse as the seasons have gone on.
Yeah,
she's gone full
I
plastic
think
surgery
Starlight
crazy.
is the if you're telling me like with Starlight who's like the worst character on the boys, I think she is or whatever. But for the most part, for that scene in particular, I didn't really have no problems. It's like
Hell yeah, Mika.
whatever.
No, we won't spoil anything. Just yet at least. I'll give a warning if we do. But Dylan says, I'm just curious, have you seen the still shots for the Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim? I have
I
not. I
I
will
have seen them. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I've seen them floating around on Twitter. I'm not the most massive Lord of the Rings person, although I try to be, because my
it's
friends enjoy
animated,
it.
right? It's
Yeah,
supposed to be animated? Okay. I will look into that. Because
I
I
just
mean,
hope it
listen,
doesn't put me to sleep like the other ones.
after the Rings of Power, I mean, how apprehensive is everyone gonna be about a new Lord of the Rings project, you know?
Well, that's the problem. With all these different things coming out, they're burning a lot of goodwill with people who still want to see these things. And slowly but surely, a lot of these fans are going to end up being like, you know what, I liked it, but now it's not my thing, and they clearly don't want me. So these shows are going to end up failing more and more because people don't feel like anybody cares. And then what are they going to do? They're going to say, look at these bigots for not watching the show. So it's only destruction of their own, properties.
She looks hot.
I might
I'm
I might
pleasantly
actually
surprised.
watch it. It's actually
Like,
anime.
she looks attractive, you know? And
Well,
that's
that's
not
what they
saying too
did.
much.
Think about it, right? Manga and anime are something that's exploding right now, and they want a medium that they know will make money on. So I think that's why they're doing the characters the way they're doing it because they know it's going to sell because hey, it looks like anime. Let's give it a shot.
Chris, what's my opinion on anime?
You hate it, but really no one cares. Hate it.
Yeah.
It's your
Hey man,
opinion,
listen,
bro.
you can hate it, you can like it. What the reason why I watch it is because there's good storytelling, and sure, some
Great
things are
storytelling,
a
man.
little there's some things are a little weird, but if you
Yeah.
can move past that, you can actually enjoy the show. These
You just
shows
gotta you
are
just gotta
filled
pick the
with
right shows. That's it.
exactly. These shows are filled with actual life lessons, and
Yeah.
it's funny when people are like, "Well, all anime is this or that." Then I can say that about any book or any movie or anything.
That's what
I
I'm
can pick
saying. It's
one
like,
example.
oh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, right? Look at My Hero Academia. It's one of the best animes out there,
It's
and
X-Men.
it's exploding.
It, yeah. I mean, My Hero Academia is basically X-Men Teen Titans mixed together or whatever, like, or with Death Note, it's basically a freaking Japanese Batman. Like, Light Agamine is basically the Joker. L is
So
basically Batman or whatever. And
what I'd recommend if you don't like anime, talk to your friends and see what genre fits you, and then give
yeah,
that genre a shot. Like, let's say you like, shonen, where the character is weak and he grows and gets better and better throughout the series, right? What series would you recommend? Dragon Ball.
Dragon
Dragon Ball
Ball, One
Super.
Punch Man.
Dragon Ball Super, though. I wouldn't recommend regular Dragon Ball because I stopped watching anime because when I was younger, they had to wait for the translations. So every episode was freaking insanely long and nothing happened.
Yeah.
So go watch Super.
Well, on that Dragon Ball thing, I highly recommend if you want to get into Dragon Ball, watch Dragon Ball Z Kai or whatever, because it doesn't have any of the
Kai?
filler. Yeah, Dragon Ball Kai. It has
Uh,
zero filler. It sticks to the manga or whatever. So
But like this
that's
this
what I
actually
recommend.
looks good, interesting. Like when I see this, I don't think anime because when I think anime, I think vomit, which is a me problem. But this actually, like, I love how this looks. Like this looks engaging and
you
appealing, and like these
obviously
characters
haven't heard
look
of Vinland
attractive.
Saga, have you?
I haven't,
Oh
no.
yeah,
This guy here does make you think of Jon Snow though. Like it's like he's on the wall, wintry and stuff. Got a little
hey
mustache
Green.
growing.
Yeah,
uh,
my man.
but Dylan says
It's the exact same art style.
I wish they do an
Yeah,
animated. I was talking about this last night actually on what's up, Zax, on Zax's stream. I wish they do an animated uh Game of Thrones, a Song of Ice and Fire series. Like that would be fantastic, and there's so much potential there to do the story right and get another chance at giving it a good conclusion and putting in everything they left out, from the books. But
I
Dylan
mean,
D says, "Sorry, don't mean to change the subject. However, from what I hear, Peter Jackson is an executive producer. It is narrated by Miranda Otto, Erwin in Lord of the Jacksons movies. So, for the series, I mean, Peter Jackson's gonna be a producer on the Gollum movie too, and I don't know how thrilled people are about that. But what were you saying, No Green Rocks?
I've learned a lot of lessons over time. I don't get hyped up about these things till they come out and I have seen it because a lot of us have been fleeced in the past. I mean, look what happened with Kevin Smith and He-Man. You know,
Oh, dude.
yeah,
so you have to kind of mitigate your expectations when it comes to things like this. For the Japanese
yeah,
animation, somebody tells me it's good, I'm like, "Okay, this is probably good. I'll watch it." And I'm typically not disappointed. There are some things where I'm like, "Okay, I didn't like the subject matter or this specific scene just because me
yeah,
personally, I don't like certain things." So I'll skip right through it, but the rest of the things are good. And that's the problem. You're going in nowadays to go see movies, to go see animations that are made in the US, and it's a gamble
yeah,
whether it's good or bad.
yeah.
And
Unfortunately, I
and
It's
mean,
like
right
I
now
would
we don't
oh,
have money to waste on that kind of
so
stuff.
much has been wasted. It's wild how much money's wasted on all these projects. Like it's insane.
yeah,
But Dylan says also the king pictured is Helmed Hammerhand, who Helm's Deep is named for after. The redhead is his daughter, and I believe the man in the other image pictured is the leader of the bad guys, I think. Yeah, I mean it looks dynamic, it doesn't look like boring and gray like the Rings of Power photos did. Because we saw like leading up to Rings of Power, like with the photos and the trailers and with everything leading up, it like told us and pre-warned us of the disaster it would be. But these images, have given me a positive impression of this new show. Zach, I completely agree. Animation is the best way to go for a Song of Ice and Fire.
Well,
Sorry, I meant to say Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings.
you can be more expressive with animation than you can with live action because in animation you can get kind of the inside perspective of each character. They could be standing there doing nothing, but you still get the dialogue that you wouldn't in a live action movie.
Yeah, and I think, with animation, there's obviously a lot more you can do without being bound by certain like effects and stuff. I mean, animation's obviously still expensive, but if you're doing animation, then you might as well, go all out with the certain like,
yeah,
dynamic, like fluid motions you can show, which are harder to make look good with live action. Especially since most live action things now, the CGI quality is seemingly going down. instead of up, like mostly with Disney stuff, which is like, what's
Because
happening, you know?
they're not paying the guys that do the CGI anymore. Like, they're paying them dimes and nickels or whatever when they're making multi-millions of dollars or whatever. And like they keep on changing every single thing. Like when you but like because that was the problem with the people at Marvel. That's why, you were wondering why the CGI looked like shit most of the time. It's because like as soon as they get the CGI stuff that they wanted or whatever, they switched their mind like last minute to like go redo the whole entire thing for the next movie or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
like
why
Captain
like
America
like
4 has been reshot like 5 times now, including CGI
yeah,
effects too. And it's like you've been given
yeah.
all these resources, right? And you're just wasting them. It's insane. But Zach says, I was pumped for this movie and showing us the story of Hammerhead. It's gonna be a show, right? Or is it a movie? Do you guys know? I thought it was a show.
I'm not sure.
Mm.
Again,
Uh,
I'm not a super Lord of the Rings fan. I'll watch it
I really
because
don't
it's
care about Lord of
animation
the Rings
and
like that.
give it a shot because the people people are watching it. But if I get a sniff that it's doo doo water, I'll probably watch it less.
But
Yeah.
it's about a daughter who Tolkien didn't even bother to name and was mentioned in one sentence in the appendices. Well, okay, yeah, original story made from scratch. That's what they love to do, you know? I mean, it still could be good, but like, I mean, there's a pattern we can all see though. What's up, AJ? AJ, man, happy
Hey,
to
my
have
dude.
you
How you doing,
in
mate?
the house. Kreese and AJ, I need to get you guys on a stream sometime. That'd be good stuff. Which doesn't mean it has to be bad, but they're making their jobs more difficult. Exactly. So it will be a movie. I don't know about that. That seems strange, a movie. I don't know for that. It's like, would it be a theatrical release then? It would have to be if they want to like garner
No.
attention and money, right?
I mean, it could be theatrical, but it doesn't seem like something that they would bring to theaters. It's probably going to be like a streaming, a streaming service. What company is making it? Is it Amazon that has the rights to it?
I'd assume it's Amazon. I don't know if anyone in the
So they'd
chat
probably put
knows.
it on their own platform, and it would bring more people to the platform. I don't think they're bringing it to
Yeah.
theaters. It doesn't look
Yeah,
the quality enough to
maybe
bring
like a
to theaters.
limited theatrical release, but it depends like how much they spend on it to make it to for us like know whether it's worth it to even do it then. Because if they're spending something crazy like hundreds of millions on this like animated movie, which I'm assuming will be like short, most animated movies are like an hour and 30 minutes or something. And if it's got like an insane budget like most modern stuff and it's just going on Amazon Prime, then it could end up, just losing them more money. Which,
I mean,
you
I
know,
would agree with you, but look at Rings of Power, right? They spent more money on each
uh,
episode than they have on a lot of movies. So, it
and we've
depends
got
how they feel.
Speaking of Rings of Power, we've got a
Mm.
nice comparison coming up, history repeating itself. Whereas when Rings of Power season 1 came out, House of the Dragon came out at the same time. And now we've got season 2 of House of the Dragon airing
I
this
have
Sunday.
not seen it yet,
It's
so
so good. I recommend.
I
We
I
won't spoil
I
anything.
will definitely be watching it, but I have to wait for somebody to watch it because it's
Something so notable is the quality difference because House of the Dragon had like a third of the budget of Rings of Power, and it looks fantastic. Like everything, the sets are real, they look good. There's quality, there's depth. This is like gritty realism to them, right? Versus Rings of Power, which is just like a green screen that looks horrific and awful wigs as well. But
I mean,
Dylan D
we'll
says,
see.
Zax, I see your point. However, since they're involving Jackson, unlike a certain Lord of the Rings series, I'm willing to give it a chance. Time will tell.
Yeah, and you know what? I hope I hope you enjoy it. I
I
really
hope it's
do.
good.
I
I
don't
hope
want
everything that comes out is
people.
good.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want people to be like, I'm not gonna relish the fact that people are sad about a certain show or don't like a certain show. If you are a fan of a certain property,
Medium.
I want you to enjoy it. I don't get my
Yeah.
kicks off of watching people fail.
Yeah.
So it's a Warner Brothers, not Amazon making this because of I know there's like rights things where I guess
So
Warner Brothers
Amazon has
owns like
all
some
TV
things.
rights, so it might be on Amazon.
So that's why it's a movie, I'd imagine then. I mean, Warner
Yeah.
Brothers but they've made some shit too though. I feel like there's no streaming company that's come out clean over the past 5 years, you know? It would be
No, but I
nice if
feel
there
like
was
they're
one.
learning. I've seen the pendulum swinging slowly, but
Well,
I
because you have David Zaslav that's like there at Warner Brothers because he's just not he's an old school type of person. Like, does it make money? Okay, all right, we keep it. If it doesn't, throw that shit in the garbage can. I don't give a shit. Like, is this gonna make
That's
us
how it
money?
should be.
Right? Yeah. It's like I hate to be that guy. Is like he's just the dude, mind you. Like he's not even a quote unquote conservative or anything. The dude's liberal as hell and everything. Like he's like taking pictures with Obama, Nancy Pelosi, but the dude
Broski.
straight knows how to make money. Like he's turned plenty of companies around. Like he's known to do that or whatever. Like if he's coming to your company, it's so because you did a shit job or whatever, and he's basically throwing all the stuff that's not good and get you back focused to where you need to be at, and then get your company sold off to
Dude, that's a
whoever wants to buy your
lesson
company.
Disney needs to learn,
Yeah.
because like Disney just puts out disaster after disaster after disaster, and they're wasting so much money, so many resources, so much potential talent in quotes,
Well,
on just disaster after
Disney
disaster.
has an ego type of thing. Their thing is like with Bob Iger, like he's all about legacy. Like uh, that dude right there, Bob Iger, is the most dumbest person. Like, I don't know how you go from like you was on cloud nine, like you could not miss back pre 2019 Disney. Like they were just putting hit after hit after hit after hit. And then for some reason, like when after Endgame, like it just went to shit. Like, I don't know, or whatever, but you just started to see like once you start like looking behind the cover of Bob Iger, you figured out that this dude didn't really do anything. This dude just bought franchises, and you don't get credit just for buying franchises. You got to make sure that they're good. You see what happened with Star Wars. You're seeing what's happened with Marvel, and now he's trying to pretend of, oh yes, that's right. We're going to get back to quality. We're going to go back to quality
They keep
storytelling.
saying
We're
that,
gonna
like
like
it's a
make sure.
definition of insanity. He after every
Yeah,
failure, he comes out and says, "Well, this time we're going to have quality for the next project." It's like, dude, you said the same thing 10 times. But speaking of
listen.
garbage
The
Star
only
Wars,
good
Chris,
project
you've
that they have
seen
put out is X-Men '97. That's it. Other than that,
and
everything's been
I
that's
haven't
pretty
finished
much
debatable.
that,
shit, or
but I
it's
was
fun.
watching it.
But
Yeah,
Chris, you've
I love
seen
the
the
X-Men
Acolyte
'97. It was pretty
episode.
good.
You watched that, you suffered through the Acolyte episode 3. Because I just watched episode 1 and I could not continue even to review it. But you've seen episode 3. How does it compare to the trash fire that was episodes 1 and 2?
Wait, was it that bad? I didn't think it was that bad for
The
episode one.
Acolyte?
Oh, the Acolyte. Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking
Yeah.
about X-Men. Yeah, go.
Oh, no, no, no. But Chris,
I
what did
don't
you
I
think about
don't
that?
play with dead bodies, so I'm not watching the Acolyte.
So I was watching it on the Discord with everybody, and whew, everything that George Lucas fought and died for all belongs to Disney. They're Disney Star Wars. Have to quote Magneto from X-Men '97. That episode was straight up ass. Like they changed, like they basically got rid of everything that George Lucas talked about. It's all gone. It means nothing. Like they literally said that the Force doesn't the Force is not the Force what Yoda was talking about back in the day in Empire Strikes Back. Yes, the Force is scissor. That's what it is. It's the Force of the scissors or whatever. The Force is it's a thread or whatever. Like that's what they were saying. That's what the witches were saying. Like it's all about lesbian witches now. Everything is gay now. Like the midichlorians, they were it doesn't mean anything anymore because like obviously it's made from black magic, quote unquote black girl magic. Yeah, that's what this is. Whatever. Yeah. This story was just bad, bro. The force
I
doesn't mean
implore
anything. You don't
I
care
im-
about the characters anymore. It just go ahead. Go ahead. Whoever
I
wants to take it.
implore everybody to go to D-Day Cobra's Twitter, and he has been
Yeah.
locked out because of this meme, I'm assuming. Go to Twitter if you have a Twitter hashtag or at Elon Musk at Twitter and all that jazz. Let him know that it's not okay that he was locked out of his account for a fucking meme.
Yeah.
Wait, so Chris, I just
Yeah.
saw this underneath that, and is this actual? Is this true? What Grizzy's saying there? So this is a cult who are encouraging their underage daughters to be lesbians.
Yep.
Is that the plot of
Yep.
episode 3? Because these kids
Yeah.
look like
So
8, 9.
basically with the whole entire what's going on is like one OSHA, the good sister, she wants to be a Jedi, whereas the other one wants to be a witch or whatever. The mother so far is basically playing like kind of putting them against each other or whatever because like they it's sort of like it's sort of like how they're trying to there's a certain type of group of people that are trying to force children to go a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying, like make them transition, if you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like without their
Just a little
permission or
bit
whatever,
stuff.
like yeah, they're trying to have them cut off their wee wee or whatever, or put on a wee wee depending on what
Oh
type you're trying to
no.
do or whatever. Yeah, and so it's in that type of category. They also are trying to say that the Jedi are evil and they kidnap children when it's totally not true or whatever. Like, they're basically making the Jedi to be like CPS, and it's just like utterly, utterly bad. They the only good person on that whole entire squad for Star Wars is the dude from Squid Game. It's the little Asian man or whatever. He's the only good thing. So
I heard
And
for
it's
that role he had to learn English.
he
He
learned
put a lot of
English.
work into the
Yeah,
yeah,
role.
and it's such a disaster that like
Poor
imagine
guy.
learning a
Poor
new
guy.
a language for a role, and then this is what it is.
I want a redemption arc.
and
I want him to find something that will actually do well, and I want him to succeed, especially after all the effort he's put into it. I think it's a shame that he did not. It didn't
no
go well. I wanted it to go well
no green
for him, to
rock,
be honest.
no green rocks. Do you know the anime Trigun?
Of course.
Yeah. They literally took like the first couple, like literally the first like 20 minutes, like they basically like went frame by frame, like taking stuff from Trigun and put it in like in Star Wars Acolyte, bruh.
See,
Like
part of me doesn't have a problem with that because the formula works and it's good.
But the problem is, like, that
it didn't work
you could, like,
and it wasn't good.
theoretically do anything and take inspiration from
Do it
anything. The
well.
problem is, they have no characters. They have no story. There's nothing at all. There's no redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
And anything they put out, it's insane. Like, the chances at this point of there being, like, nothing redeemable in any of these episodes is wild. Like, it's spectacular how they've managed to fail again and
So
again.
I'm gonna push back on that a little bit. Is there nothing redeemable? Is the CGI
Nothing.
bad?
Yes.
Is anything actually good about it? Like, is there one good thing about the show? Like in
I'm
any
up for
area, it doesn't have to
suggestions.
be the writing, whatever. But like, is anything
Give
good?
me something. Chat to
Other than the
anyone.
guy
One
that
redeeming thing.
played the Asian guy that plays the Master Jedi, Master Soul, he's the only good thing about the show.
No, there's
Other
nothing
than
good.
that,
It's a flat static. There's nothing. It's a non-entity. There's nothing going on with him
dude,
whatsoever.
his acting is like the best thing. That's the only thing that I can say that's good for a
What
dude
has
that
he
doesn't
done that's
speak
good?
English.
He said a few things in a bad accent. Like he doesn't show any emotion. He doesn't. I
But
mean,
it's
Bad
obviously,
more
accent. It's
he's
his
more
only
Star Wars.
accent.
He's
Fool.
more Star
right. I'm not
Wars than
like
the
picking on him.
actual
I'm just
freaking
saying like.
thing.
So there was one guy who learned
And
English. Like
he's not
it's
even
great for
like the
him.
man doesn't even speak English, and he's
No,
doing
but we
better than the
can't.
people that
Yeah, what I'm
actually
saying is
speak
that's what we're
English. What are you
calling good,
talking
quote
about?
unquote good. No, no, no. I'm saying it's not. We can't say that that's a redeeming thing. We can't say it's some great acting
Oh
he's
man.
showing. No, like
You could
think
certainly
about
say it's a
any.
redeeming quality of the show that the
He said what was the most
character.
redeeming quality of the show. I answered the question.
Okay,
I said
well, yeah,
Master
okay,
Soul is
we
the
can say the
only
most. It's
thing.
I wouldn't
Like
I wouldn't classify as a redeeming quality though. It's
you're
still
being
shit.
contrarian for no reason. Like
What? Hold
No,
on, hold
I'm
on.
not. I'm
What?
saying
Oh,
okay. Think
okay,
about good
let me
acting.
put it
Right?
this
Let's
way.
think
What
about
is redeeming
you.
quality that you'll agree with?
Let's think about Matt Smith in Doctor Who. Let's think about Tywin in Game of Thrones. Okay, let's think about people who show emotion, show good acting, right? Even Star, who plays Homelander in The Boys, Carl Urban in The Boys. Like they're good actors. This Asian dude, he learned English, and that's very commendable for him. I don't know, nothing stuck out to me. So
Hey,
Hey,
I'm just
man,
answering.
to each
I'm
his
answering
own.
Old
But
Boy's
like,
question. He said, "We name something redeemable." I just said,
yeah,
like,
I'm up. I
other
mean,
than
if
that, the
I'm
rest
good,
of the
good for
show
him.
is like really horrible. It's not great or anything.
But
The
let me
CGI
address
is
something
bad. The
super
lore
crass.
is bad. They destroyed all of George Lucas's legacy. It does not exist whatsoever. The midichlorian count. They made sure that the Anakin was not the original
It
chosen
was
one.
force impregnation.
They literally destroyed everything. And then also the most cringiest thing ever is I birthed them. I made them. Like, yeah,
Listen,
that was a
guys.
lie,
Me and
by the way.
AJ we need to address all the shipping going on because it's gone out of control. Like I was shocked. I'm shocked every time I go on. Anytime I show up in Zax's chat, I'm shocked by the deplorable things said about me and AJ. And there needs to be a stopping point at some point. Just, but
well,
AJ,
you're
you're
just gonna make
doing
it worse now. You
jujitsu.
realize that, right?
No, well, I've held my silence for 3 years, and it's just escalated. So I'm breaking my silence, folks, for the first time. um, get that armband. Gotta keep my mind, body, and oh, guys. So AJ, he's going out, he's getting his mind, body, and he's getting in shape, right? And he's just a dude. A Jedi, right? Jedi are supposed to be like the peak physicality, peak meditation, peak
Yeah.
self-control, right? And let me pull up a picture of the new Jedi standard. So, Chris, did the fat Jedi Chungus dude make an appearance in episode 3, or was he in episode 1 solo
No,
act?
it was just one big old flashback.
So he was in
Yeah,
episode 3? Oh no, he wasn't. Okay. So dude, so there's this local
just one big
Jedi
old flash.
outpost, which whenever they refer to it, they refer to it as the local Jedi outpost, even though none of the main characters going there are local to the area. And there's just this Chungus dude hanging out around the local Jedi outpost.
You'd think using the Force would burn a bit more calories, don't you think?
Meditation? I don't fucking know. Man.
I mean, anybody can be a Jedi, just like everybody has the Force in Disney Star Wars. So, like, I mean, I'm not really that much surprised or whatever.
See, that's the thing. Disney Star Wars has not only killed Star Wars, but they are now stomping on the grave. They're just poking a dead body at this point. So
Yeah,
for me, I have given up completely on Star Wars, at least till I see some
it's not
changes.
coming back.
Like if I see good changes coming out and I see they're actively trying to get better, then yeah, I'll give it another shot. But that's not going to happen for a very long time. What they're going to do is they're going to be like, okay, we're taking a break from Star Wars, and they're going to let the franchise kind of fizzle out a little bit, and then we'll see what happens after that.
They're gonna. I mean, I've said this so
I
many
don't
times. They're
think
gonna have to
so,
lose
bro.
more and more and
Like,
more money. It's gonna take Deadpool 3 being a flop for anything to move anytime soon. Which we'll see. Obviously, what happens
I'm
then.
just gonna say
Uh,
this:
mhm.
the only way that Star Wars gets better is some Saudi Arabian prince like buys the franchise. That's the only way it's gonna happen. I've been saying that joke for the last 2 weeks or whatever. It's not
Is that
like, listen, as long as it's under the mouse or whatever, it's not gonna get better. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. You might have one good project. What's it called? What was it? Andor or whatever. No one didn't watch it or whatever. Just like with X-Men '97. Although it's really good, no one watched it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Like, you know what? It's like Rippa said, it ain't good enough. You just watching it ain't good enough. You need the passion. You need people to care about it. You need people to like actually stop talking shit to the fans and everything. Please,
You need
it's
someone
done.
at least
It's like
mildly competent at writing to come in and, like, write a story with characters and basic ass stuff. But Zach
I
says, "I'm with
actually,
Kalen. I like the actor, but there's no Korean Star Wars, so is that a speech impediment?" No, I want it's
listen,
canon. It's a speech impediment. He had some growing impediments.
listen. I disagree because the fact is there are so many different planets in Star Wars. How
I
could
agree.
you
Yeah, you're right.
like you know? Oh, that is a very small thing for me to pick on
No,
because
listen, like, I
you have
don't care
people
about the
from all. You have
accent.
the aliens talking like Middle Easterners. Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
not
like,
anymore, actually. They were very certain that the Trade Federation does not sound Asian anymore. That was a big point for them because the Trade Federation shows up in episode 1 and they're talking like standard ass white people instead of how they spoke very distinctly in
I
the Phantom
mean,
Menace.
you can have different type of trade federations that don't sound like
But
Asian and
we know
everything.
why. But it's a
But I
marketing
know why
issue.
they did it like that because they didn't want to, I mean, they got a lot of Asian people in this story anyway, so it is what it
It's
is.
war in here, bro. No peace, no getting along, nothing.
well, see, that's the difference, right? We can all have this conversation and be like, "Hey, man, I disagree with you," and we can
Versus
still
like,
continue to talk to each other and not just completely eviscerate each other to the
see,
point
I have a
where the
theory
show is
though.
not fun. You know?
It's because 'cause we're normal people, right? And we've got some level of common sense versus like, "Oh, guys, Kreese is sending me death threats, and I gotta put them on my story, and it's racism, and it's like, no, dude, like, some people just need to get over themselves. It's insane. But that's a fantastic point, though, and it shows the difference, of mentality, right? The people behind this stuff and where they're at mentally versus, us. Now it's fair. Cerberus Hale says, "I don't think they will take a break. Just blame the audience in the next one, like they have been doing exactly like they
Well,
just did with the boys."
it's because it drives traction, but there's only so long it will drive traction for. There's only so long you can cry wolf for. So we'll see what happens, but I do think at a certain point they will have to cut their losses.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
what I've been saying too, but it's gonna how much time is wasted, how many resources will be wasted before they fail enough to realize and make a change. See ya, AJ. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to see you, AJ. Peace, brother. Get a good
Eh,
workout in,
Enjoy,
man.
get kick some ass, man. Get some of that
yeah.
jujitsu in there. It's my favorite. It's my favorite
Booming
martial
Bob.
art, AJ.
Booming Bob, I haven't seen you here before. Welcome in, man. Lee Jung Jae is the only good part of this. He's the Asian dude, right?
Yes.
Of the shit show. And I'm convinced half of the budget was to get him because Korean actors are expensive.
Yep.
I mean, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. But you know what? He put a lot of work into it,
Yeah.
and from everything that I'm hearing, he is the best part of that show. Sure,
He's the best part of the show.
it may be a couple scenes here and there, or it may be but at least there's one redeeming quality that you can say.
I
And
don't see I see like a standard I see like if he was in a like well acted show, he'd stick out as the poor part if he was in a
okay,
good
let
show
me
like
ask
that.
you a question. If you would have watched
Nah,
him
I don't
in,
agree with that because, like,
if you would have watched him in an,
if you watch Squid Games, like he was really
Actually,
great in
that's a
that.
good point. Who did he
Go ahead.
play in Squid Game?
but
I
that's
saw
what I'm
Squid Game like 2
saying,
years
right?
ago.
It depends on what the actor is in, right? In Squid Games, he was fantastic. So I don't.
Who did he play? He wasn't good enough for me to remember who he played.
I haven't watched Squid Games in a while.
Oh,
I haven't watched
guys,
Squid Game in a long
he's
time.
such a good actor, and none of us know who he played. Like he stood out so much
Well,
with his
yeah, I
acting
mean,
skills.
I I just don't have the retention for that.
Sorry,
I barely
bro.
remember
I
what I
have
had
so
for
many
breakfast, man.
franchises that I have to keep up with. So if I forget one, no big deal. But he was one of the main persons in the show or whatever, and that's
We're
why he has
nearly
like
sure.
popular Japan.
We can confirm he was almost definitely in Squid Game in some capacity. Maybe.
I shall check.
He was like one of the
What
main
if he
characters.
wasn't? No. Obama AJ says, "My wife, I met who? Who? Is that like a Jedi name? Amidala's Twix is protected, and I'm sure she won't accept my request when she sees who I follow. I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. I have no idea what you mean. Someone on X. I don't know. I'm not the smartest.
Yeah, he was in Squid Games.
This is
He
this
played.
is
Oh,
his
he
first
played
interview.
this guy. You know exactly who this guy is, dude.
Oh, he was the
There's
main character?
yeah, dude. I don't
Oh,
remember his name, but
I
like
forgot his name also. I have no clue.
he was certainly there.
He was almost certainly there.
No, no, look. I mean,
That's him?
yeah.
Okay. See, I watched the subbed version, not the dubbed version, so I didn't hear any of his like vocal inflections to judge his acting ability. Oh, I watched the dubbed version, not the subbed version, or whatever. She's the actress who plays the twins. What, AJ? No, you have to have better taste than that, dude. Wait, do you guys think the actress who plays like May and O'Shea is hot from Acolyte?
Yeah,
I
yeah, she's a
wouldn't
good
know.
looking
I
woman.
haven't really seen it.
She's a good
I'll
looking
pull her up.
woman, but like
No.
what she says is stupid, and like it makes her look ugly or whatever.
I don't know. Okay, here we go. Guys, in chat, out of 10, Raider. Okay, Sydney Sweeney's like a 9. And where is she? Dude, AJ, you gotta have better
I
taste,
can
man.
certainly see why people are attracted to her, but she's not.
Dude, she got a good looking face. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like also
I
don't
don't see
forget,
it.
right? We're looking at her from the TV show. I guarantee you, if you look at her in another,
I
maybe on
seen
the
her
red
outside. I
carpet or
seen her
something.
outside the costume. Like, she's a
Yeah,
good
Oh no,
looking.
exactly.
She's
we've
really
seen her in
good
a
looking.
famous interview. Let me pull up her
Yeah,
wonderful, wonderful interview that we saw her in, where she really showed us
like
what a
she's not a
dynamic.
bad looking chick. It's like even a lot of guys even said like she's beautiful or whatever, but like she says some dumbass shit.
I would say arguably the
See,
gayest
I'll hit it.
considerable margin. And are you excited about that? Are you
Not the
bracing
gayest Star
yourself?
Wars. Not the.
It's pretty gay.
If you
Not
tell
to
me,
get through there. Ooh,
So she's certainly more attractive than the person sitting next to her, which probably makes her more attractive than she
Let's
is.
be
oh, that's not even a
I agree
competition.
there. What is she doing though? What is this?
She brought the grenade with
she's
her to
not.
look good.
Yeah,
Leslie,
she's
are you-
not
how do you
like
feel?
old girl that plays Ocean. She's not ugly. She's pretty fine, but she just says retarded ass shit.
She played Rue? Oh, I remember actually hearing that somewhere, I think, almost certainly. Rue was charismatic, I think. I actually like the Hunger Games movies, to be honest. At least the first one. The others kind of went downhill. Bro, I'll Vader hair. AJ, I guarantee you she's a lesbian. You don't have a chance, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Unless you get like the
she
surgery.
already admitted that she already admitted that she's part of the LGBTQ or whatever, the barbecue sandwich or whatever. That she already
But
admitted
that's
that,
what's
like she's
it's
queer
so
or whatever.
confusing now. Does that mean she's trans or gay? Because you can't.
No,
Can you even say
she's
you're
a
just a lesbian
she's a
now?
full she's a full woman that's lesbian or whatever.
Then just say lesbian. Don't
I,
say all the alphabet shit.
she doesn't want to get canceled.
So
Whatever
if
the
you say
fuck
you're a
that means.
lesbian, you get canceled now? Like, you can't just say you're a lesbian. You have to say you're part of. Oh, she's
I didn't make
non-binary.
up the rules.
Okay,
Non-binary
AJ,
or
you want to
whatever.
smash a non-binary? I mean, I don't listen. We don't judge here. This is an inclusive space, I guess. Maybe
Shit.
pansexual. Doesn't that just mean she fucks anything?
Listen. God didn't make no mistakes on her. In her mind, she might think she is a mistake, but from just another from a God point of view, she's a
I mean,
beautiful
God
woman. She
doesn't
just
make
says
mistakes,
dumbass
but
shit like that.
humans
Yeah.
corrupt, right? She has been corrupted, by someone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Probably,
Like in her head,
probably Katniss.
yeah.
We can blame Katniss for corrupting her. What's the actress's name? Who's the first female action star ever? She plays Mystique. She plays Katniss. She's the first, female action hero. She's
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, right? We can blame
Jennifer,
Jennifer Lawrence.
hey, Jennifer Lawrence is fine too. She got a big old butt too.
I agree. Did you guys see there's a romance movie she was in? It was actually really good recently. And she was fully nude in that movie, and there's like a fight scene too. I highly recommend it. It was actually a good movie.
I'll be honest. I don't go to the movies for that. If I want to go see that, there are plenty of other ways for me
Oh,
to
that
do
was just a bonus. That was like a happy highlight for me. I watched the movie because I saw the trailer and it looked like fun, and it was. But that was just like a big highlight, like the cherry on top. AJ says she still got a vagina, so I'm winning. Lol. 8, I'm gone now, dude.
that.
How long is she gonna have a vagina for, though, man? How long?
Hey, like AJ knows what it is. Like, hey man, that's a beautiful black woman right there, boy. Like, hey, you can't discriminate, my guy.
You can though. I would not have sex with a trans or do enter any
Well,
vicinity of it.
according to Andrew Tate, that makes you gay.
If you have sex with trans, you're gay. Yeah.
No, if you don't have sex with a trans person.
What?
He gave an analogy that said,
man.
would you rather have sex with a trans person who is very attractive or an ugly woman? If you say the ugly woman, then you're gay. That was his
Guys, I think
statement.
it's 2024. Dude's had his chances. We can all admit he doesn't know what he's saying. He's just an idiot. Dude, listen.
But
Okay,
it's fun to rag on his dumbass anyway.
if you have a penis and it has a penis and you do something together that involve bad subject. Let's get off this subject. But listen, Andrew Tate's gay. He wants to have sex with trans, and that's his thing. Whatever. Cerberus says, "Why say all this pan by try? Just admit you're horny and lonely." I mean, listen, they can't, But I mean, look at Leslie Headland, right? Like that's what she's channeled into this show is just all her inner, all this stuff wrong with her. Same thing with Dave Filoni, right? Her in Red Sparrow, we see that. Ooh, we do. Hail, Vagabundo. What's up, man?
Hey,
Thanks
what's
for
up, my
tuning
dude?
in.
What's
Vagabundo's
going
awesome.
on,
Did you
bro?
meet him in Vegas? You saw him in
Yeah,
Vegas, right?
yeah.
No,
I met him in
yeah.
Vegas. I got to hang out with him again on the Irons podcast. Good dude. If you're not following him on Twitter, go follow him, guys.
He's a funny dude. His
I
anime
got to meet
takes
him in
are what
Dallas.
he single-handedly put me off anime, though, to be honest. But I
I
still
got to meet Vagabundo in Dallas, and he's freaking lit. It's cool as fuck.
he's awesome dude. He'll be at Dragon Con too, as will I. For anyone going to Dragon Con this year, it's a great time. Oh shoot, you got banned yesterday? That's awesome, dude. No, it's
Oh,
a Medal of
damn,
Honor.
dude. Go follow him on Twitter anyway.
If you even can.
No, you can still follow people when they're banned. Wait, is your whole thing gone? Listen, Vagabond. If it's gone, open a new one, and then we'll get that traction going for you.
Yeah, man, for sure. But listen, so off the topic of trying to get away from all this like gay stuff, I guess. Uh we have The Boys season 4, which has been unfortunately like a woke, agenda driven fueled show, at least from what I've seen thus far. But there's another show that I was really looking forward to and still am. We've got House of the Dragon season 2 premiering this Sunday, which I know No Green Rocks has not seen season 1, but for anyone out there who hasn't,
No, I've seen
now's the
season
time.
1. I just haven't seen season. I was talking. I thought season 2 was out.
Oh,
Honestly, I'm not in touch with the
shoot!
TV
I
shows.
completely misunderstood you. Okay, no,
Yeah.
season 2, episode 1 comes out this Sunday. For anyone in chat who hasn't seen season 1, watch it before this Sunday.
It's
so
very
hyped
good.
for
It
season
is.
2.
It is fantastic storytelling. The character development is fantastic. The CGI is incredible as well. All around, it's a very well-made show. I, I, I'm a little upset it doesn't get the same hype as Game of Thrones did in the beginning, but that's probably because Game of Thrones came out first. I do think it's definitely on par with like the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones and shit.
Yeah, easily, it's fantastic. A story with characters and themes and something to say, it inspires you when you watch it. I can't wait for season 2. There is, opportunity obviously for it to be bad, but I'm hoping it's good, And listen, like you can have a good show with diversity. Like said it so many times, like Valerians were race swapped, it's fine, still a good story. The main actress Emma Darcy, she's non-binary. She's plays a great female character 'cause she's a woman and she's great in it. So you can still have a good show and also have it be diverse at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I think Matt Smith needs to shut the hell up about the
Oh no,
pride
dude, I
stuff.
saw that today. Listen, I thought about putting on this show and I was like, no, I don't want people to see this. I want people to still think it's cool. But since you brought it up, should I share that? Should we tarnish people's reputation?
No,
Because
I mean, like if it's gonna affect people's watching of it, I don't think it should. I think if you enjoyed the first season, go watch the second one. But just ignore these idiots.
dude, I was hoping Matt Smith was like not an idiot.
Like I don't care how
I
you
like
feel
him.
about shit. Just don't like you don't. You're an actor. I don't give a shit about any of your opinions besides
So
you
listen,
acting. If you're a good
I
actor, great.
I totally agree, but it's
Shit.
also nice when they are like smart people. And
Sorry.
I had a really good opinion of Matt Smith up until this point. But
I
listen to
mean, look at
this.
Henry Cavill, right? I don't know his political affiliations,
But he's a
but
good
I like
dude.
him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about your political affiliations and what your agenda is. If you're a good person and your acting is good, I will like you. I
Mhm.
liked Matt
Yep.
Smith in Doctor Who, but as time went on, the problem is all these actors and everything, they're told what to say. That's what an actor is. So
Yeah.
when they say this is a topic, this is what you should say. I don't doubt
Yeah.
that they're told this.
Well, no, this is I
For
fully believe this
me,
was the situation.
for me,
It
my
physically
favorite
hurt me
actor
when
will
I saw
always
this.
been Denzel Washington. That dude just like stays under the radar. He just wants to go to work, get his money, go home, do what he need to do or whatever. Oh, and also like I know Denzel is really cool with Barack Obama, but like he doesn't like, flaunt it or anything like that because Denzel is smart. He knows that he has conservative and Republican fans too, so that's why he just keeps his politics to himself, and that's why everybody loves Denzel still.
I just this hurt me when I saw it. So I apologize to everyone here who may not have seen this.
Talking to Emma, and she was saying, I was talking about how
So
amazing that
interview was talking about Emma Darcy, and he just said she because Emma Darcy is a woman, right?
end scene was. That so many big budget things end with the fire and brimstone, big action sequences. And instead, there's this very sort of painful domestic scene by a fireplace with some news being given.
Yeah.
Anyway, she gave you all the credit for that.
Well,
And
I
it was
mean, I
wonderful.
can't take the credit. I have to say,
They are.
aren't they brilliant? I mean,
Aren't they brilliant? Who's he talking
no, I
about?
don't know what you've seen this year, episode-wise.
I can't work out the multi-layered security
They are-
encryption thing.
They are. It's they. Just dude.
Listen,
Why can't you
I'll
say?
call somebody. I'll call somebody today when I'm talking to somebody. Be like, yeah, you know,
He could say Emma.
I can no.
If he
You
wants
don't
to
have to.
avoid it.
I think it's a little nitpicky because you could be talking about anybody when you say they. So
But we know
if
who he's
somebody
talking about
says
exactly.
if somebody says to me, I want you to call me they, I won't call you they. I'll call you by your name, but I won't call you they. That's not something that's first of all, it's not proper grammar in the first place.
Exactly.
So it would irk me till no end. And I'm sorry, it's just
No,
not going to
he's
happen.
not
But
talking
if
about
I'm
the production
talking
team.
to
He's talking
somebody,
about Emma Darcy. He's talking about Emma Darcy.
yeah, but if he's talking about somebody like who's not there, then sure, they doesn't bother me so much.
But why can't you say it's just it's so strange. Like they, you think plural, but he's talking. He's doing the non-binary
I
thing.
mean,
Like he could
I'm
say
not great
Emma.
with names, my dude, so I'll say they, but meaning nothing sexual, nothing for
But
sexuality.
it's
I'll
the thing.
just
The
say it.
reporter keeps saying she, and then the reporters then had to come out and do this full apology video on Twitter. Not apology video, apology tweet, apologizing for misgendering Emma Darcy and phrasing. What's his face for correcting her. And it's just like it sucks that that's our current society.
Yeah, I mean, if you're forcing it on people, that's where I have an issue. I don't give a shit otherwise.
I wish he was talking about the production team. That would. Oh God, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's just gone off the
Yeah,
deep end,
Yeah,
man.
they have gone insane. Too
we
much,
we can use Dave
yeah.
and Mark
Mark
Hamill. He
Hamill.
definitely has multiple personalities bouncing
too
around in
much.
his head.
What? Too much green milk.
Mark
Oh no.
Hamill just fall from grace, man. Like that, I, I love him as Luke Skywalker. I love him as the Joker, Firelord or Ozai, Hobgoblin, the Joker. Damn, dude. Like, please stay off of X, stay off of Twitter, my guy. Like, this dude is crazy. Like, he. If I was in charge of Mark Hamill, like if I was his agent, I would say like Mark, I'm gonna need you to delete your whole entire account. Like you are losing not only me money, but you're losing yourself money because like you got plenty of people that are on the other side that actually like you too, bro. So but what's that old saying from Michael Jordan? Republicans buy sneakers too. Like, so
It sucks. It's like these people, like they have so much inspiration over people, which I don't think they even realize the full extent of how much control they have over. Like that's the whole point of stories. I've said so many times. The stories inspire people. They make people think a certain way. And when you have these people who we just put them up on a pedestal, right? So we care for some reason. We care about what they have to say. And when they're saying stuff that's harmful and negatively impactful rather than positive, it hurts. And it sucks to say. But Booming Bob says it's kind of fitting. He's better at villains. Oh yeah, I mean real life, I guess he's trying from something, right? Uh, but No Green Rocks, have you read Fire and Blood? Or were you
No,
just
I have
coming out
not read
like
the
Game of
books.
Thrones fan?
I do have an audiobook. I was gonna listen to it, but instead I listened to Shad's book. So,
It's fantastic. Fire and Blood, I
bro,
definitely recommend the audiobook.
I started it and I was like, okay, what is this? I started, and then the second, the he the second he jumped off the thing, I was like, okay, I'm into this. Let's go. So I haven't read the books, to be honest with you.
It is just one book, Fire and Blood, and it's only like a fourth of it, like in the middle that the show is based off of. But I highly recommend the book. It's very well written. There are a lot of people out there who don't like it because of like the way it's written, but I think it's fantastic. I found it as enjoyable as like the later Game of Thrones books, where in my opinion, A Song of Ice and Fire kind of degrades each book. Like a Game of Thrones is definitely better as is a Clash of Kings compared to the later ones, unfortunately, which makes like everyone so excited for Winds of Winter, and I'm like, I don't even know if it's gonna be that good when it finally comes out. I feel like a lot of
It's
people
been
might be
tainted by the show,
disappointed.
man. It's he's gonna try and keep it show lore friendly.
Vagabundo says, all I can say is everything is better than episode 3 of Star Wars Ashgalite. I mean, yeah, I
yeah.
can't imagine anything worse from what it sounds like. And it was just an 11-hour ban for
All
Vagabundo.
right, so go follow him on Twitter. Damn it, Vagabond! I'm trying to get you more followers. Playing around with me.
Yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I want to have subscribers or something. I don't know. But listen, so we've got those three major shows right now: Acolyte, The Boys, which Acolyte's kind of the worst. The Boys is like in the middle thus far, and then House of the Dragon, which I'm hoping, hopefully will be good. But like, we don't have anything else to look forward to this year besides Deadpool 3. Like, no,
Yeah, it's because you don't watch anime, bro.
outside of anime, is there anything else coming out this year? As far as I know, no, and that's because of all the stuff with the strikes and COVID. Like this year is pretty dismal.
I'm
Yeah.
actually more looking forward to the creator space than I am what's coming out of Hollywood.
Hmm.
Because of everything that's been going on, I've been seeing a lot more people creating, and that's the thing I'm actually most excited about. I had a theory at the beginning of COVID, is that that was after COVID there was going to be some sort of cultural and art renaissance, and I think I was right. We're seeing the fruits of it now. So
For sure, man. I mean, that's what drives us, right? If like media and Hollywood, if they can't, give us good stories, then like that's why I write my books. That's why you've got tons of independent, projects coming out. A friend of mine, an author, JD Glasscock, actually, he's been writing it for about 3 years, about the same amount of time as I have, and he just got his first best-selling book last month, which was and then there you go, get your full screen. There we go. We got Yaira
Yaira
from
book.
Rippaverse.
I finished reading it today, and man, I'm telling you, Rippa, Sasuke sisters. I can't wait until
Don't
part
spoil
2.
it. Don't
This thing
spoil it
was
for me.
good. Oh man, it's good, bro. Like it was just like it was just a piece of cake that you just that's how good it was, man. Like yes, go
Bro,
guys.
I don't know if you can see
Yaira.
this, but I got Alpha Core, I got Yaira, I got Isom, I got like everything
Yeah.
ready to go. I won a whole bunch of stuff with the
I got
meetup.
my Rippaverse collection in the corner of my room. So like, you know, I brought this to work today just because like, you know, just to read or whatever, like in my downtime. Dude, I finished the whole entire book within maybe 1 or 2 hours or whatever because I was taking breaks with it. But for the most part, dude, man, I'm just gonna say this: Yaira's story is good, bro. It's good. Highly
You know,
recommended.
I bought the
recommended.
package where you get I got I think I got 3 shirts. I got the blue and the black Yaira shirt, the 3D assets, and the comic. I was so I made a video and I actually put it up on my YouTube channel. And I meant what I said. I was never able to actually collect comics when I was younger, and this is the first time I've actually done that, and I'm really excited for it. And not only that, it's I've streamed with Rippa multiple times, so I actually know, like I know the guy, which makes it even more special to me that I could be like, you know the guy,
dude, I'm supporting
who
your
made
product.
that. The guy who made that, yeah, I've hung out with him. I mean, how cool is that? You can't say that about. I mean, think about any comic creators. Like, are any of them doing that kind of thing, or even interacting with fans in that way?
Dude, I got to talk with Rippa for a little bit, man, and like me and him are talking about doing some stuff in the future or whatever. But like, yeah, man, it's like he's such a humble dude, man. Like I was just saying because like everybody out of everybody in the fellowship, he was like my favorite person to watch because like, you know, the way how
I've
he
been
just used to
watching
monetize
Rippa
his
for
haters. Yeah. So
I've
you
been
know,
watching Rippa for
yeah.
a very, very long time. I used to watch him when he was, I think he was in an apartment. I'm not sure where.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was in California, but he was in Texas. But I was watching him when he was in an apartment and he was playing, you know, games and things like that. And to see and then like I kind of like disappeared because I had like other things going on, and then I see him now. Like it gives me hope
so
for other
proud of him.
creators out there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have nothing but pride, not only for the way he, you know, what he did with being like, fuck it, I'm making my own thing, but the way he deals with his business and a lot of the situations
His
that
haters.
come with it, the way, the true test of a man's character is how he reacts to a lot of situations. And I think he does a very good job. Killian, you just shared the StreamYards link.
I know. I'm trying. I made a little goof up. I made a little goof up, but I'm trying to correct it. My copying thing. I'm not. It's not copying.
I am very happy to see his growth because it's an inspiration to a lot of people who are like, you know, I want to do something like this, but I don't know how. Go watch him. Go watch his journey.
Yeah.
And
guys, go watch my
Yeah.
stuff instead. I'm kidding. Here, I think this is No Greenback's channel link. I've put it in 3 times and I failed each time.
Which one
I
is
just
it?
did it right this time.
Yeah,
This
is
is
that
your
the personal channel? Yeah. So I
I
have
was
two
just trying to be like a
channels. I
subtle
have
thing.
my personal one, which I put the Rippaverse video out on. I don't do too much on that channel because I focus most of my attention on the Legion. I am trying to work on some things. I have some creators I'm working with together for the channel. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there will be more content on my personal channel. So if you want to subscribe to it, please and thank you. If not, just go follow me on Twitter. It's where I put most of the memes out. It's where I put, you know, the videos out, and then go check it out. But if you're going to subscribe to anything, go subscribe to the Legion of Memers. We do a show every Saturday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and it has some of your favorite memers on there. So
And the
that's
link is
a lot
in
of
the
fun.
chat. right there. But listen, so an unfortunate side, everyone, bit of a hard pivot here, is like the stuff we see, this bizarre stuff, in our media, like the acolyte being a thing. It's not just like on the screen, there's some crazy stuff happening in real life. And I saw this today and I had to take a step back. I was just like, wow, this is the type of generation and people we have. Because like we talked about like the Chungus Jedi and stuff, but they're just some insane people out there. And you could just kind of tell based off looking at them. So this is a family. They're walking home on the street, right? Mom, dad, little kids. And I'd just like us to take a little peek at this, okay? So this is a video beast lady, right? But this lady just comes up to this kid, steals his backpack, right? And just walks off. And then she's coming back. She's coming back for more because one backpack wasn't enough, right?
This is
She's
why
coming
I
back.
live in an area where FAFO is a thing. I do not recommend
F-A.
pulling that shit in my area.
I'm kind of dumb, so it took me a second to get out of that. But yeah, I mean, well, this dude, as we'll see, clearly would not have one even if he could. Because watch this. So what is he doing? Like, look at this pathetic excuse for a father, right? Look at him. He's terrified. He's terrified of her.
Well,
And then he
first of
just
all, we should be
backs off.
terrified of big fat cows.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate. And it's nice to give us just an unfortunate reminder of like, it's not just in our media, there's stuff that's just insane happening in real life. And it's a chain reaction, it's a cycle, right? Some stuff it's like precipitation, stuff causes it to happen and it just keeps happening. Like Service said, sick people. It's unfortunate to see, and it is. I do feel like everyone growing up now with like you turn on Disney Plus, right? You're a kid, you're watching your show, like your Star Wars show, and what does that create for the next generation of potentially writers or movie makers, filmmakers? Are they being inspired to go and create a new engaging story, or are they just getting to turn into the next Dave Filoni, the next Leslie Headland?
I think people most people will actually get active and start creating once they get fed up with something, and they see a path that they can do it. I recommend to everybody, even if you don't think you have the talent for it, go try and learn it.
Just do something.
Exactly. I wasn't good at memeing in the beginning, but I went from memeing to video editing, and now I run the Legion. So I
And
think everybody needs to find their own path, but take the steps forward, even if they're baby steps.
For sure. I mean, look at Critical Drinker. Like, look, he's done books, and now he's got a movie coming out next month based off his books. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know about
Vagabond
that.
DM me on Twitter. I want to see if I can get that. Might maybe we can
I
is it
also
going to be
got
in
the
theater? If it's in
like.
theaters, like maybe
Oh, I don't think it would be
No,
out.
I think it's
don't
gonna be
imagine.
behind a paywall
okay,
or
I'm
whatever.
down, but I would love to watch it with other people. So Vagabond, hit me up, and
Yeah.
perhaps we can make that happen.
I mean, I got to stream with the Critical Drinker, like on me and my friend's podcast called the Dynamic Duo or whatever. And like, dude, Drinker is like really funny, bro. He's freaking hilarious, man. Like if you guys ever get a chance to stream with Drinker, you get some insight on how the man's mind works, man. He's freaking hilarious, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, he's awesome. And like No Green Rocks was saying, he's someone who went out. He was disappointed with you not just criticizing stuff because he was disappointed with the modern garbage, and so he went out and actually created something new and something that has no doubt inspired people who have read his books and you might see his movie, and to go and create better things, right? Because we have to have storytelling. We've had storytelling since the Stone Age, since like cave drawings. It's not something we can afford to lose.
So we got more breaking news about the Acolyte. It was at
Oh no.
24%. Now it's at a whopping 18% now.
Review bombing. It's not because the show is shit.
Alt-right shills.
The show
Dude,
is shit.
it went from a
how it is.
92 rating for the Rotten thing, and now it's down to 85. Like everybody's starting to turn on it.
And like, hey, listen, they said, right, it was the biggest opening they've had. They said like 4 million people watched episode 1. And like I don't believe it. Did 4 million people? Do we really think 4 million people showed up to watch episode of 1 for Acolyte on opening day?
At this
4
point,
million?
does it even matter anymore? Like,
I mean, are you
everybody knows
signing
that
up
they're
to
making
Disney
up
Plus to
numbers.
watch the Acolyte?
No,
Is that
They're probably
I
talking
signed
about
up for
people that
Disney
are.
Plus to watch X-Men, and that's it. And now I'm not.
Oh, I canceled my thing
Yeah,
years
people
ago.
want to
I've
go
been with
watch
my
X Men
friends now.
'97, but even then, when X Men '97, there was not a lot of people watching it, unfortunately. So
Well, I was curious, and I watched the majority of them. I think only have like 2 or 3 episodes left.
So what's your opinion? This is, I guess, me and Peace have very different opinions on this. What's your opinion of the Magneto Rogue relationship?
It's not my favorite.
I hate it. I hate everything
It's
about it.
not my
I think it's
favorite,
insane.
and it is creepy, but they're over 18, so it's like,
But
what am I
was
gonna
exactly
she
do?
over
just what I
18 when
said.
they met? And no, she wasn't.
Like, listen, man. I mean, as long as it's legal and like they're
Thank you.
adults. Like, how old is Rogue in that
It-
show?
Well, no, that's the whole
Just
point
like
is that
20.
she met, their relationship started before she joined the X-Men.
Okay, so
They
yeah,
they
that's
never
well.
were.
That
They
doesn't make
never
any sense
were
then.
It doesn't, but that's when they're
like
saying
it.
that's only in the timeline it can fit in. That's when they say it fits in is when, which it
They
doesn't make
didn't
sense at all
like.
canonically. So she
They
joined the
didn't
X-Men when she
like.
was
They
what,
didn't
17?
specifically give out age or whatever. They just like say
No, they
they
said the
basically just said
relationship
that she
started
was.
before she joined the X-Men, and she joined the X-Men when she was 17. Those are two separate things that when we put together, they equal one thing that we know.
No, she started when she was 18.
Okay, so but we're saying they say that her and Magneto's relationship started before she joined the X-Men, right?
Like, if
And
you're
she
asking
joined
me
the
if it's something
X-Men.
I would do, no. Like,
It's
I
something that I would
I
not do.
don't date
I would
women I
not do
can't
it.
go to a bar with, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
20,
saying.
and as I get
I
older,
personally don't agree with it or anything, but like they're of age, so who gives a shit? So
and as I
that's
get
where
older, my age goes higher. So it's like I don't date people who are younger than a certain age. It's not because of anything, you know. It has to do with the
m-
mental maturity and acuity that they have. It has nothing to
me
do
per
with.
this is just me personal. This is me personally. If you ain't old enough to drink, you ain't, we ain't talking. That's just my rule or whatever. 21 and up for me and everything. So other than that, like I said, with the whole entire Magneto and Rogue thing, it's like he's of age, she's of age. They both make adult decisions by the United States of America. So who gives a shit? So
I guess. Bum Bob says I use VPN for Japan for good shows. But see that's such a problem, is that we have to go to people have to go to other countries for storytelling now. Because like our country has just failed.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. You know, it's okay. You know,
Is
the
it
consumers will decide where they want to go, and till the people making these things learn their lesson, they will go to places they enjoy. Um, I'm not sure what kind of stuff Booming Bob likes, but as we were saying before, anime and manga are doing pretty well because they focus
yeah,
mainly on the
it's
stories.
the story.
Nobody, like, nobody's shoving sexualities down. Sure, are there characters in certain
Yeah,
animes where they were a guy in the real world and then they get stuck in the game as a woman? Yeah, but it's not like they're
yeah,
forcing this kind of shit down people's throat. It's a little weird, and people treat it as it's weird, but then they move on.
yeah. I mean, I keep on trying to tell everybody like anime, just like any other fandom has their weird people. It's like for every fandom, there's always gonna be that one weirdo in there. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, or whatever. So, don't give a shit, bro.
Korea's also
Like,
getting, you
like
know,
what you
Booming
talking
Bob is also right. Korea
Yeah,
is getting
Korea.
pretty good. They're doing
But
some
dude, to be
fantastic anime,
honest
dude.
with you, like it's to be honest with you, the side of like Asia, like they got shows in Africa, the Caribbean, like the Middle East or whatever. Like, I wouldn't say the UK anymore because the UK is basically just straight up white leftist in the mug. But for the most part, like
It's not
for the
white
most part,
anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically what it is. Like, like things like Asia, Africa, the Caribbean, some parts of Eurasia, Russia got good TV shows or whatever. Like, because I got this one thing where like I literally can watch any like TV station around the world. So, but allegedly.
Allegedly,
Oh, but
supposedly.
With Captain Jack
maybe.
Sparrow.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, did you guys hear they're doing, the stuff about the Pirates 6 being like an all-female Pirates that Johnny Depp will
Yeah,
not
we'll
be a
see
part
how
of?
that goes. I honestly, I don't think
That's
they
gonna
can
be.
stretch. I don't think they can stretch it out for as long as
They
they
said
want to
that's
do it.
automatic.
We'll
It's
see what
gonna be a
happens.
reboot or whatever, and supposedly it's supposed to be a prequel to Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever.
They
Because you know
shouldn't.
how they love to.
I
They
wish
should
they
not
wouldn't.
do
I
it or
wish they
whatever.
wouldn't. Please. Please
They want to
don't.
do.
Please.
They want to do they want to do a younger version of Jack Sparrow. So
A younger, more
good
lesbian
luck. All I'm
version.
just gonna say is good luck.
See how the box office
Good
does.
luck.
Listen, on the topic of anime, there, I would like to end us off on more of a positive or comedic note, as I like to sometimes. This is kind of similar to my viewpoint on anime here.
What's good, my boy? Hey, what's up?
Oh, I love these kind of guys.
What
Oh
anime?
yeah, that's just funny.
This is anime called The Time I, as a 40-year-old, fell in love with a 12-year-old. Pretty good. No, it's not.
This is when I
like
come in
that.
and Vagabundo's watching
he's
anime.
a 40-year-old, but he traveled back in time. So now he's back in his 12-year-old body. So
it's his week.
now,
Every week he has to
I
make
know
sure
what
he
anime
makes
he's
sure
talking
to.
about.
Who you
He's talking
calling?
about
Yeah.
the Shekwu
Listen.
Tensai.
Can you not just?
Yeah.
Wait, that's an actual anime he's
Payne.
talking about?
Yeah, the guy
Oh, no.
basically it's a reincarnation. The guy gets birthed as a child, as a baby. He has the mind of an adult. He's a little pervert. People
Oh,
see
no.
it and they kind of get like, yeah, the dude's perverted. But like as it gets older, they're basically the same age. I don't agree with it, but it doesn't take away from the story for me. I'm sure I could
Yeah.
find, I'm sure I could find something in, a show you like and be like, yeah, that's sus too. Like, what do you have to say
Oh, for
about
sure.
it?
House of the Dragon, Viserys, and
Exactly. So I don't think it would ruin a
Yeah.
viewing experience. But if you go into it being like, oh, I'm not going to like it because of this, then you're going into it the wrong way. You go in, you watch the show, you're like, yeah, that's a little weird. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Yeah, if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's fine.
See, the thing with anime with me is just I can't get past. I guess it's the way they talk and like the near constant. Like I hate the way they talk and they'll and
You
I'm not
clearly haven't seen
It's awesome
any
that some people
animes
are.
that we have
You
seen.
have not watched any
Bro,
good animes yet, bro.
I think
I gave One Piece a chance. I gave Death Note a chance, and I gave I can't remember the other name of the other one.
you
I gave a
gave
chance.
One Piece a chance. And
Mhm.
let me ask you a
Who
question.
told you to start on One Piece?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. What episode of One Piece did you start off on?
Episode 1, the very first one.
Yeah,
far as I
that's
could
why
tell.
you didn't like it. You know when that came out? You
No.
weren't even born yet,
1999.
probably, dude.
Well, I'm not gonna sit through some garbage to get to something potentially decent, maybe.
And that's where your
Question
issue is. I say go back or
Vagabundo,
go-
I trust you. Send me some stuff, and I will.
Yeah, Vagabond, go
experiment.
send him some stuff. School the kid because he's missing out on some
Yeah.
very good stories. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. You can find a different genre. I personally, I like the isekai genre where, they either die or they get sucked into a video game and they live in
Yeah.
that world. I
Me
enjoy that
personally-
kind of shit.
I don't like isekai or whatever, but I'll still watch it and everything
Yeah.
because it's depending on what the story is or whatever. Like I'm mostly shonen and I like comedy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like And like, you got like fantasy stuff like Berserk and Claymore or whatever. Like those are pretty
Yeah,
good
I
ones. I
don't
think
like
you might like
Attack on
those.
Titan. I don't like
Oh,
hyper
that's it.
violence.
That's the other one. I gave that one such a chance. I watched like 5 whole episodes.
Well, I don't like Attack on Titan. It's
I
okay.
hate it. The main
But
character's
like
this whiny little
you can
brat. I hate him
find
so
you can
much.
find things, dude. Like they're like
Yes,
don't
Vagabonder, I
s-
do. I
don't
do.
start him off on a gory. Find a more of a lighthearted gore one because there are ones that are just you know what? Start him off on Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord is
I don't know what
good.
that means, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
sure I'll
good one.
find out some night.
Start him off with Overlord. If you like gore, you like violence, but you like good storytelling, Overlord is fucking gas, man.
Or Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, well, the
Or Full
problem
Metal
is
Alchemist.
with him, he doesn't like the old things. He's going to all the old things. So give him something more new, and then once he kind of gets into
Ooh.
it, then he can go check
Yeah.
out the older
Guys,
stuff.
here are my prerequisites.
Demon.
Here's the stuff I don't like about what I've seen. I don't like when they moan every other second. I don't like when they talk overly animated.
Somebody's watching Food Wars.
And I don't
Yeah.
like the little like shoot flashes, okay? And I don't like whiny characters either.
I mean, listen, I could say the same thing about fantasy. I don't like the fucking dragons and the elves and the fucking knights and shit, but like, I like, but
Dude,
there's
I love
something
that stuff,
fantasy
and I
wise
get
that
it.
I do like. I like gargoyles or
Oh,
whatever.
no.
That's pretty
That's
dope
it,
or whatever.
Surface. That's it. Those 3 letters condense what I dislike about anime.
What 3 letters?
Right here, these 3.
I don't know what that means.
Uwu?
Ah, he said it.
Oh,
Clip that
you
shit,
fucking-
guys. Clip that shit.
He caught it. He's an anime fan. What a loser.
God damn it, I'm so fucking stupid.
I
Damn,
had to,
better
man.
not
You
see that
can't
next
escape
later.
that shit.
All right, let's have a nice laugh.
While I'm watching the show, like I'm watching the show for the action. Right. I'm watching. Right. I mean, it's a isekai, so they're in a different world. So we don't even know what the age of consent is in that world, right? Like that matters, right? You making me seem like I'm weird, like I'm sick in the head, bro. It's not like that. So when a man loves a teenager, making me sound like EDP. You making me feel like EDP right now. That's like you bro. Who do you call it? Like what? Who are you? Okay, wait. Maybe I need to explain this better because you making me feel like I'm weird or something or like sick in the head, but I'm not. Okay, I'm not sick in the head anyway. So look, imagine this. Imagine
video
two
Matt
12-year-olds,
Gates
right?
fucking
And then
needs a
this
scene or the
47-year-old
fucking whatever it's got. The guy whipped out his dick on FNT is scene. I guarantee you this is the same. This is the
Gavin
same video
McGinnis.
McGinnis saw probably, and Matt Gates.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's the
Galvin
same
McGinnis is
fucking
such
opinion.
an idiot, bro. Like,
The
listen,
truth, though,
I
like,
used to
they
watch
talk
Galvin
about, like,
McGinnis a long time
12-year-olds and
ago, but
90-year-olds.
See, it is.
Listen.
So I will not deny it is a little bit weird, but it's part of the story. And so, for example, I don't want to ruin anything. A lot of these stories is, oh yes, he's in love with her now, and then later on in the show, they're both the same age, and they no, and they're both the same age. They become adults. They become adults, and then they get together. Okay. So it's disingenuous, to say the least. But it's the same opinion Matt Gates and Gavin McGinnis have. If you guys want to be in that same boat, by all means, go ahead.
Listen,
be ignorant.
And once again, and that's where the right fails every single time. Like, because they don't like pop culture, they don't like video games, they don't like anime, they don't. We've been through this way too many times. I'm just saying, like, listen, like, you don't have to like anime, but just to sit here and say that it's not good at all, I think you're being
I would never say that.
I
would never say that.
I think Vagabond is going to get you a good list. Vagabond, give him different genres as well. Ask him if he's after he's seen a couple episodes, because sometimes with these animes, you can't watch one episode and be like, yeah, this is shit. Because a lot of the first episodes, they're just starting to build the story. So you have to watch minimum 3 episodes and then be like, okay, this is good, or I like this, or I don't like this. And you'll be able to find your genre. If you don't like anime after that, then bro, you tried. You can say you tried, and nobody's gonna rag on you for being like, well, I saw this one, I
Yeah.
saw this one, I saw that one, and I didn't like all of
Yeah.
them.
See, you're already okay in my book if you don't like it. I don't give a shit or whatever. I'm never gonna force somebody to
Well, no,
like what they don't like or whatever.
well, nobody's gonna
Yeah.
pick on you anymore for just being like, oh, I don't like anime. Well, what have you seen? I've seen one episode of One Piece and one episode like you got it.
I gave Attack on Titan 5.
Well,
Okay.
Attack on Titan, I watched the whole first season and I still didn't like it. So you're not the only one. But I do have the
Nice.
Attack on
Yeah.
Titan video game because I enjoyed the movements of it. So I might
Oh,
not
no.
like the
Yeah.
show, but I'll still play it.
Dylan, dang, I step out to record a video for 10 minutes and I come back to Jesus Christ on speed dial.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going to
that's
hell
what happens when
anyway. So.
anime comes into things. Yeah, Vagabundo, I'm kind of busy this week, but I will get by next week we will have watched by next Thursday, me and Vagabundo will have watched an episode of anime, and Vagabundo could be our guest next week. And we'll do a
Vagabond,
little
I
segment of
highly
anime.
recommend something in the style of Overlord because that seems like something he would like. If he likes the gore and then
Story driven
introduce
for
him to-
sure.
Yeah.
We've narrowed it down.
Focus more on the story and then let him branch out because a lot of people like me, before the pandemic, I didn't want to watch any anime because I saw Dragon Ball when I was a kid and I was like, fuck, I'm not waiting 100 episodes for some action to happen. And then my brother introduced me to Super. And then after Super, it was reincarnated into a slime. And then from there, I just went
Ooh, that's a
absolutely
good one.
crazy. Like I after
Yeah.
Slime, I saw Overlord, and I just started watching bangers, and now I'm pretty much out of shows to see. I got High Dive just so I can watch Eminence in the Shadows, dude.
Have you watched Yu Yu Hakusho before?
I've seen it. I haven't watched it yet.
I'll put it this way: have you watched Hunter x Hunter?
Yes, I like that one. I like that a lot.
Okay, so you'll like Yu Yu Hakusho because it's made by the same guy. That was like his first bigger mainstream anime that was a hit or whatever in the 90s. I think you like that one,
Guys,
bro.
this is
dude.
wild. Breaking news. You can't make this up. This is pretty cool. So I was like, listen, stream's wrapping up, I was like, one more topic. I was like, I went on Safari and House of the Dragon popped up. Because I was gonna look at images, right, for the new dragons. So I just tapped the first website I saw to look at images for House of the Dragon, right? And look what pops up as an advertisement. That's it. I've never seen that happen before. I didn't even know Audible was putting out. That's one of my books right there. I didn't even know I did like a campaign for like ads for it. I looked
Audible
at
is
House of the
great.
Dragon.
To go check out graphic audio as well. Graphic
That's
audio is one of my favorite.
wild. I've never seen that. Again, I had no idea they were doing Audible ads for me. But yeah, so if you look up House of the Dragon images and go on the thing, you might see ads for my book. So
that won't happen because Google is tracking your ad, or the website's tracking your ad, so it's seeing your interests. So if you've seen that before,
no. So it's
Yeah.
me specifically.
Yeah.
Fuck, you shattered my illusion.
Dude, they just got your
killed
you got
it.
excited off of that, dude. I thought that they'd take your information and
You
use it for
killed
you,
the
bro.
game.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's
do me a
101.
favor.
Come on,
Do me a
dog.
favor. Delete your cookies. Delete your cookies from the browser and then reload the page.
Okay, how do I do that?
Delete your history and cookies.
I
Okay,
don't know how. I'm
everybody.
not
Like,
this
wait
time.
This
after the
man
show.
does
Wait
not
after the
know
show.
how. This man does not know how to delete his cookies or his internet history, his browser.
Oh, history.
Yeah, just wait after the let's wrap this up and you can tell him after the
Pretend
show.
pretend like you're watching
Blair?
porn on your parents' computer and you're cleaning everything up.
Oh, dude, I'd use my phone. I'd never use my parents' computer when I was young. Anyway, back on track. Dylan D said it's the same argument as I don't like the MCU because I watched one episode of Miss
pretty much.
Marvel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay, I see that, dude. Actually, dude, that's a good way to drive it home to me. I do understand that. If someone like came to me and was like, "You like those things," and I'm like, "No, you can't take it off that." I get what you mean. Server says, "What was that one Jay got big fig mattress?" Oh no. Oh yeah, the advertiser. Oh. Yeah. Jay was on like screen sharing on like a G&G thing, and like an ad popped up for like a big fig mattress for him to sleep on. That's really funny. But Dylan says, "Well, now would be a great time to promo your books." Oh shoot, yeah, guys. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not the smartest. As we close things out, listen. If you're into fantasy, escapism, good stories, ebooks, paperbacks, audiobooks, graphic novels, anything you could ever want. My Elementalist series has 5 books. That's my first series. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the Villain Chef, which is 5, and then my Forging Valorant series, my newest series, and also my best series easily, um, has 3 books out. It's a completed trilogy. There's also an omnibus which just released a few weeks ago with all 3 books. It's on Audible. It's a 24-hour full cast Audible experience. It's fantastic. And then if you're into like horror, I also have my Krampus short stories. There's the Christmas one, and then I did a Valentine's one as well. So I will put a link in the chat if you like books and if you like supporting non politically driven garbage. If you want to actually support someone trying to tell a good story, then here you go in the chat. Oh no, an error occurred. Wait a minute, then try again. That's bizarre. Anyway, oh, stop sharing. That's probably why. Okay. Guys, say something. Fill up the dead air.
Oh, I wasn't aware that we had dead air.
Say it.
But
Do it.
go
Talk
check out
about
his
the thing.
book. Go check out the book. You said there's an Audible version as well?
Yes, for all my books. They're fantastic.
That is
I love
awesome because
audiobooks.
I'm kind of retarded and I do need audible audiobooks to go through any book pretty much.
Oh, I think it's whatever I did with
What's
my
your-
thing, clearing my setting, my history cache messed up. Oh shoot, this is such a bad time for new people to join. Our viewers just went up the highest they've been, in that moment, which is awful. What's up, Project Taco? What's up, Tim's Talk?
What's up,
Guys,
Project Taco?
Hey,
Tim Talk, what's going on,
haven't
man?
watched The Boys season 4 yet. Hopefully this weekend. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. Which series and book would you recommend for newcomers? So I'd recommend either The Villain Chef, which can be a standalone, or the first Stalwalker, which is book 1 of Forging Valorants. I wouldn't start with the Elementalist. I'd wait until reading my other books before doing that series. But either the first Stalwalker, which is Forging Valorants 1, or The Villain Chef. Sophie says, I got the Forging Valorant series and will read when I got time. Awesome, man. I'd love to have any thoughts, any criticism you have. Feel free to DM me somewhere. And I can't type
constructive
in chat.
criticism. Don't be a douchebag.
No, I give me the harshest stuff you have. That's the only way to improve is if
Oh,
you,
we can
you
still
know,
give
tell
you
me.
harsh stuff and not be a douche about it.
No, I love it. That's I get stuff like that on a daily basis. It is useful. It is helpful. Um, but yeah, I can't type in chat. I think it's because of the whole anime history thing happening. I blame anime
Mm.
fully. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. The Boys season 4, overall thoughts. I'm 2 episodes in, and I'd give it a thumbs down, man. The story is and is a lot of issues. I'm hopeful though. I mean, I'll watch episode 3 and I'll do a review of it tomorrow, so we'll see. But No Green Rocks, thank you so much for coming on, man. What do you have going on?
As I am the leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers, I host the Legion of Memers show every Saturday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. If you would like to, please also subscribe to my personal YouTube channel where more content will be coming out on there. You can also find us on Rumble, Twitter, and Instagram as well. My tag on Twitter is @NoGreenRocks. And the Legion of Memers is on there as well, where if you guys are watching shows within the Fellowship and care about the Fellowship and make memes on the Fellowship, it's a great place to go. Just hashtag us and we will retweet it out. And we'll bring it up on the show if it is YouTube appropriate. Yeah, just keep that in mind.
And I'm trying to put his links in the chat, but every time I do, red error notices come up, and again,
Hakuna
unfortunately,
Matata, my man. You
yeah.
could just put it in the description of the show at the end of the show.
My books and the links to his thing will be in the description within a few minutes of the stream ending. So yeah. Also, Project Taco says, "Are the books diverse? Are there brown people in the books?" Well, here's the thing: there's no gay people, there's no trans people, because like, what's the point? But yeah, there's Skelos, which is this island off to the south, and that's where kind of you could say Africa almost. It's people have there's more sun there. It's very hot there. It's very hot. It's like the hottest place on the planet. So people have naturally darker skin in Skelos. In Loria, which is north, that continent, they're paler, right? And then in Valorant, it's more of like America, you'd say. So it makes sense continent-wise. It's not just like diversity for diversity's sake. Yeah, Cerberus, please do. Anyway, Kreese, what have you got happening?
So, first, like, want to make a shout out to Dynamic Duo Podcast. Me and my friend Adam, we're putting up some videos soon or whatever. We already did stuff for Critical Drinker, and we got some more people, some more big name people that I was networking with. So stay tuned. Also, shout out to my man, the Chosen One, Jacob. Go check his station. We do Kings of Pop Cultures, a little bit on a hiatus, but I believe we're gonna be doing something this Sunday. So we just talk about pop culture, things related, no politics, and also New Green Rocks, man. You're in charge of the Legion of Memers. I think there's a guy that I want to make a shout out to, my brother Phantom X. You need to check him out, man. He's a killer of the memes or whatever. So
I have my eye on
yeah,
him.
so
Don't worry. I have my eye on him.
got you. But yeah, that's all that's good for me, man.
I actually created the Legion. Just a heads up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
I do want to address this real fast.
X, man. Like, he's good.
There are, okay, Skelos. It's further south. It's a hotter climate. They've got brown skin and black skin in Skelos, okay? And that's like
I
where
can't believe you're such a bigot, man.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they travel too. Like Skelos is near the Red Isle.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I don't give a shit.
No, I
As
know.
long
I'm
as it's a good
leading into it.
story.
I'm leading into it. There's this dude, Jeremiah, and he's black. Anyway.
Token black character. Why you gotta be a bigot?
No, he's like this father figure to Jason, who's a cool character. These gotta be Minutemen out there somewhere. Oh no. Don't make me think of that awful Loki show. Oh shoot. Last thing, No Green Rocks. Your thoughts on Deadpool 3, really fast. Are you looking forward
I can't
to it?
wait to see it. I'm excited.
You're excited?
Yeah, I want to see it because I like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman as friends, and I want to see how they interact together on screen with Wolverine and everything. Last time I saw them together, it was Wolverine, and it made me very sad to see Deadpool. So I hope they do it right, and I trust Ryan Reynolds when it comes to Deadpool.
Yeah, I hope it's good. It would be awesome if it's, a really good movie. But then, I mean, Multiverse of Madness, I was so excited for, and then it turned out to be garbage, Again, I hope it's good, but I mean, you receive something bad again and again and again, it kind of, conditions you to have lower expectations. Bigot, says Project Taco. Yabika says south, as in south side, like down below the white above. Yeah, Skelos is a bit lower in the water level. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm digging this hole. Oh, that was a Fallout reference? I'm sorry. My mind went to Loki, the TVA Minutemen in Loki. Loki was my favorite character, and I was so excited for him to get a TV show. And then it comes out, and the character assassinate him, and the writing's awful, and they ruin it, and that was really sad. Loki, Tom Hiddleston is supposed to be in Deadpool 3, though. Do you know anything about that, No Green Rocks? That he's like rumored to be in it?
No, I'm honestly actively staying away from any spoilers of it because I want to see it and I want to be surprised and I want to have fun with it. So I know Wolverine is it. I know Deadpool's in it. Everybody else, I do not know.
Oh, so have you not like watched the trailers?
I've watched the trailers, but I try and like be like, okay, saw the trailer, but that's it. I try and like push everything out because I want it to be fresh when I go see it. Because I was one of the people who really pushed for him to make Deadpool 1 in the first place because I saw him in Van Wilder and I was like, bro, this guy would crush it as Deadpool. And it took forever. So when it comes to Deadpool, it's special for me to see.
I actually just rewatched Deadpool 1 and 2 the last 2 nights, and I actually like 2 more than 1. I do think, which a lot of people like 1 better, but I think 2 is really solid. What are the chances of that you think that Cable could be in 3?
None at all.
None? Not even a cameo?
No, I saw Twitter and he said they didn't call him up for it. So.
Ah, shoot, that sucks. That would have been so cool. There's a lot you could do there, with the Marvel stuff, as well. Tim says Deadpool 2, I agree, is better than 1. Yeah, I haven't. Most people think 1 is better. 1's really good.
One is my favorite.
I disagree
1.
with that.
Yeah, one is definitely more streamlined story. Whereas 2 has a lot more elements to it, which some of them can kind of fall short. But I think the comedy's really good in 2. And especially the acting with what's his name, Josh Brolin coming in. I think he and
Hey, don't
Ryan
get me
Reynolds
wrong,
have
it's a good
close.
movie. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah. It's like Guardians 2. A lot of people, think Guardians 1 is better. But I'm just talking because we've hit our highest peak of 15 viewers right now as we're ending. But we'll be ending things up now. And
If
next
you're
week,
watching, like and subscribe.
like and subscribe.
If you want to help the show, retweet it out, clip it, have fun with it. Go help my boy out.
All right, folks. Tune in next week for episode 17, where I will have watched some anime and probably talk about Vagabundo. Also, House of the Dragon season 2. I will be doing a stream after each episode airs each Sunday, a live stream talking about the episode, rotating guests and stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with season 2. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Later, folks.
Have a good night.
My thing's cutting. I can't hit end stream. I swear to God, it's because of the anime. When I hit clear my browser history, it fucked up my thing, so I can't end the stream. Okay.
So go to
It's just
YouTube.
going.
So
It's
go to
just
you.
go.
Go to your YouTube channel and end the stream on there.
Okay. YouTube. Kreese, tell us about Texas. What happened at the meetup?
Well, he probably
It
bounced.
was
Oh,
it's pretty fun. Got to meet ABF, got to meet Malty, uh who else? Mo, he has a huge head, big old head, but love him like a brother. Of
hey,
course,
welcome to our show,
Hayden,
guys.
Hayden Wayne, like he was cool. Oh boy, so we're still not ended. Yeah.
Well, listen,
It was
it was
funny.
nice. Thank you for having me on, guys. DM me whenever you want me on again. And I gotta go eat dinner because I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah,
So
I gotta go.
Killian, just end the stream on YouTube. Log back into StreamYards. You should be good.